All right, well, good evening, Professor Chu. My name is Sean Winkler.
And I'm Kevin Carvey.
And in particular, we chose to do the case on bottled water industry and the Coca-Cola company in particular, which makes Dasani, which is amazingly refreshing and growing in popularity. Just a quick overview of the bottled water industry. It's among the world's most attractive beverage industries. It's widely consumed in Western Europe and in Mexico. It's rising in popularity in the United States, and it's actually popular as we speak right now. U.S. has the largest market for bottled water from 1996 to 2001. It's dominated currently by Coca-Cola, Nestle, PepsiCo, and Groupe Danone. And in 2002, according to the text, 70% of the U.S. households purchased bottled water, which is, if you ask me, it's pretty significant. Particularly the bottled water is distributed to large grocers and wholesaler clubs. Now let's go a little bit of overview, more in depth about Coca-Cola as a company. A little bit of an overview. As you can see, I hope you may not be able to see the top slide or the top line up there, but it says it produces soft drinks, juices, juice drinks, sports drinks, water, and coffee. Obviously, soda goes under soft drinks. Some of the examples consist of Powerade, Minute Maid, orange juice, Dasani, as we have right here, we're about to present on, etc. It does have a lot more extensions to that. According to the text, there's 62% of the revenue generated outside North America. I believe from the text that was in the year 2001. So it's the top 5 seller of bottled waters from the year 2001 to 2005. And it's licensed more than 300 brands and sells in more than 200 countries worldwide. So it is globalizing, excuse me. So it's pretty significant. According to the text, it's the world's leading manufacturer, marketer, and distributor of non-alcoholic beverages, which again is pretty significant. It sells more than $1 billion worth of beverages in the U.S. each year. So in terms of doing the market analysis, we do the SWOT analysis of the Coca-Cola company. It's just the Coca-Cola company, not a Dasani. But some of the strengths, does have a strong brand name, typically worldwide. And there are some exceptions, and I'll get that more in the weaknesses. But as far as the strengths, it does have a strong brand name, lengthy product line, 300 brands worldwide. And as I mentioned before, it's a leader in many categories as manufacturing, marketing, and distributing, which is a good selling point for them. It's the world's most valuable brand according to the text, and it's easy brand recognition. You can pretty much go anywhere, and whether you like it or not, like the brand name, you could say Coca-Cola Company, and people probably know what you're talking about. As far as some of the weaknesses, penetrating foreign markets. Some of the markets, according to the text, we have to change our product line because it may not be as favorable there. They have to change the name just a slight bit, just so that they will hopefully purchase the product. I think we found, according to one of the charts, it has low retail margin in 2002, and online we actually found that the credit rating was declining. So, and the customer concentration was definitely a weakness. Do you have something to add? No? Okay. As far as opportunities, we have globalization. When you have a population that's 6.5 billion and growing, you definitely want to maximize your profits by reaching all those people you can. Maybe sending to Asia, Europe, South Africa, Africa as a continent itself. You can, as I said, you can expand to all the segments. Possible growth demand is an opportunity. Bottled water growth is definitely growing. You can cater to health-conscious people. Personally, I rarely, if ever, drink soda, so this is actually my personal one. I use this all the time. I always try to stick with water. I hate soda, so you can also cater to people like me, and you can kind of eliminate the competition by acquiring smaller players. Some of the threats, as I mentioned, would be a competition, which is kind of common sense. You have PepsiCo, Nestle, etc. Other competitions would be specialized health drink companies. In particular, I was thinking about vitamin water. They have a lot of flavors they can send to, a lot of good marketing for athletes, etc. Stuff like that. You have image perception in certain parts of the world. As I mentioned before, their name may not be as favorable. So they have to kind of tweak it a little bit so that they actually can sell. Home water filtration technology, so that'll basically prevent them from getting more sales because you have it at home. There's no need to go elsewhere to get your purified water. That could be a threat. And tap water just out of the faucet because it's free. And if you don't want to pay, for the people who don't want to pay for that. But those are my threats, opportunities, strengths, weaknesses. That's a SWOT analysis on Coca-Cola Company. And Kevin's going to go more in depth about Dasani as a whole. So Kevin?
Alrighty, Professor Chu. For Dasani, basically it is purified water. It's one of the more recognized brands, as Sean mentioned. It was introduced in the mid-1999 and has been booming pretty good since. In the first year, it had a $15 million advertising budget, which is pretty large if you think about it. $15 million just the first year of the product. In 2001, it became the second largest and fastest growing brand of water in the U.S. But however, Dasani did, as Sean mentioned, have significant did not have significant sales outside of the U.S. In 2001, it was priced between anywhere from $1.19 to about $1.39 for.
Just 2002. That's right. You accidentally said 2001. But anyway. 2002
per 16 ounces. In 2002, Coke tested 4 varieties of flavor, which were the lemon tangerine, which was actually my personal favorite, the pear cucumber, the mandarin orange, and the wild berry. And another thing is that Dasani now has a 100% recyclable bottle, so it's a huge thing, especially in the growing green environment that our economy is trying to get into right now. Some of the problems that we detected with Dasani and with Coca-Cola Company were more and more people throughout the world are concentrating on going green. Basically what this means is Coca-Cola needs to try to find out a way how to lessen their carbon footprint and use less plastic. With this, they are already producing a 100% recyclable bottle, and it is actually made with 30% of plants, so that's a huge drive right there. There's an increasing competition in the bottled water industry. It's pretty booming right now worldwide, and the sales outside of the U.S. Some of our recommendations for Dasani and for Coca-Cola to overcome these problems would be using a filtration system in your personal refrigerator, something like how Anheuser-Busch came out with the Draft Mark K tapping system. I don't know if you've heard anything about that. It's kind of neat. They've pretty much figured out a way to let every regular person like me and you have draft beer cold in our personal fridges. So Dasani could come up with something like that, something bigger than a 16 or 12 ounce bottle or something like that, or 1 liter as Sean has right here.
And we can actually, I believe Budweiser actually offers the Budweiser Heavy in those Shock Top, and I believe Bud Light. We can also offer something like our flavor waters, combination or something like that. So you can also, you don't just stick with just one purified water, you can do flavors as well. You follow me, Chu?
Very good. Also work with our PR to improve our brand recognition in certain parts of the world. Try to drive up sales, outside of the U.S. because it's a huge world. We want to get to all of it. Of course, stay 100% recyclable. Keep this up and also maintain our competitive advantage as extending the Dasani product line, which would possibly add more flavors to it, possibly do a survey, figure out what people would like, and then go about that. And also top of the line purifying system. Always, I stress that. Go with the top of the line equipment. Always put money into it because top of the line equipment will get you far.
It'll pay off eventually in the long run. It may be expensive up front, but it's definitely important to have the top of the line equipment in the long run. So your product is the best, and people recognize it as the best. So
And
anyway,
that is-
Professor, appreciate you watching our video. I apologize ahead of time if it is bad, poor video quality or sound quality. We're doing our best to speak up. But anyway, thank you for listening to our presentation about Dasani Coca-Cola Company. I'm Sean Winkler again.
And I'm Kevin Carney.
All
Thanks,
right, you
Professor
stay
Q.
fresh, Professor. Thank you.